Okay, excuse me. Every time. My throat's fine, I go to talk and little frog in there crosses his legs. Okay, good afternoon, morning, evening, night, wherever you reside in this amazing planet of ours. I'm Tim Cooper. And if you ever suffer from tummy upset, the occasional indigestion, bit of heartburn, bloating, gas, hang around because today I'm going to share with you one of my major go-to oils because this is something that I suffer from quite a lot actually, and it drives me absolutely crazy. But before I say that, like if you aren't getting on these lives, it's because I'm actually going live into my Facebook page, which is only relatively new or just sort of rehashed. And so if you want to sort of get onto these live broadcasts, I'd invite you to like my page. It's Tim Cooper Talks Health. I'll put a link to the page in the comments below, and I really encourage you to join that page because there's going to be lots of information coming. And then I'm also going to be setting up something else where we're going to have some really cool giveaways and some prizes and your chances to get your hands on some amazing oils and products. Now, once again, talking about getting your hands on oil and products, I'm just waiting. I've just done something here that's just popped up. I do, once again, if you live in Australia and you want to experience these amazing essential oils for yourself, request your free samples. You just go to samples.pureessentials.store. There's even a really cool video there that you can watch. It sort of explains how essential oils support your body. And then, we'll get in contact. I'll work out, we can discuss what your major health concern is, and I'll send you some samples that should help support that for you. Okay, so that's that. All right, so what are we going to be talking about today? My phone's everything's just going ding and dong around me here. Okay, so what are we talking about today? Well, we're talking about one of my go-to oils, and it's called DigestZen. And as I said, I do suffer a lot from indigestion. In recent years, I've worked out how to control it a lot via diet. But sometimes you want to live a bit, and if you want to eat, because most of the stuff that I really like to eat and consume is the stuff that actually upsets my tummy. So while 80% of the time I behave myself and know that, if I eat that, it's going to cause me some discomfort, sometimes I want to live, right? Sometimes I want to eat those nice foods. And this is one oil. And this bottle's pretty empty, but that's not a problem because I've got plenty in reserve. Okay, because this is one of my major go-to oils. This one I very rarely leave home without, and it's very easy to apply. So this is for those times when you get the occasional indigestion, have something, eat, try new foods, get an upset tummy, bloating. There are certain foods that I eat, and within minutes I just feel totally uncomfortable. I just feel like I'm just full of gas and that sort of stuff. So it really helps there. I want to tell you a really quick story about this, because sometimes we don't sort of appreciate how much support these essential oils can really give us. And once again, if you find this information useful, please like, share, and comment. I'd really like to know what you know what you're thinking. Okay, so basically, a number of years ago, I think it's around about 2012, I was working for a football team called Gold Coast Suns. And actually, I was down in Canberra, and the Suns were playing against GWS, and I think it was their first sort of outing together in the big league. And Canberra is probably travel time. It's probably about an hour and a half by plane, sitting around airports, that sort of stuff. Well, anyway, towards the end of the game, I started to get a really upset tummy, and obviously I'd eaten something or come in contact with something that did not agree with me, and I was in a lot of distress. And I thought, oh my goodness, how on earth am I going to get through this? We had probably about a 2-hour pack up time, get all the property onto the truck, get to the airport, do all this unloading, sit around the airport, waiting, and then sitting on a plane for 1.5 hours. That whole thing just sort of seemed to be absolutely scary for me. And I went up to the club doctor and I said, "Hey, listen, this is happening. Do you have anything to help stop this problem?" And he was extremely apologetic, but he said, "I've packed everything away. Everything's packed. I've got nothing. I've got some sort of standby stuff, which is quite common for the players to need post game, but all that other sort of additional medical medication and stuff has all been packed away in the property, ready to be flown back to Queensland." So here I am. I'm just don't know what to do, and because sometimes we don't know, we don't always trust the medical stuff. Sometimes the natural stuff. Sometimes we just at times of really bad distress when things just aren't going right. We do tend to sort of look medically first because we know that that's a quick bullet. Anyway, so I went to my bag, and I usually carry this little case, and carry about 16 essential oils with me, and I pulled out DigestZen and another one, and I just got a 600 ml bottle of water, and I put 1 drop of the DigestZen into that 600 ml bottle of water and gave it a bit of a shake and just started to sip it. I didn't just throw it down. I actually sipped that water over a period of about an hour. And I also then just put it neat. I didn't have the privilege of having some carrier oil there. I just put a couple of drops neat into my hands and just rubbed it onto my belly. And things started to settle. Look, I was still uncomfortable and I still wasn't that confident. But the point is that I got through the packing, the travel to the airport, sitting around the airport, an hour and a half on a plane, back home. I got through all that without any accidents, distress, or anything else. But I said I wasn't feeling like going out and partying. I was still feeling quite distressed, but it supported me through and it got me home. And that's amazing stuff. So since then, it's one thing. This is just once again one of those my go-to essential oils. I always have it with me, and I always have spare. Right, I've got this. I do use this. This bottle's almost empty. I've got 2 full bottles in the drawer. Right, so I'm not going to run out. Right, so it's one of my go-to oils. So as I said, it's great for taking internally. It is actually okay for internal use. It says here, these are let's see if I can move this up out of the way. On the back, right? Always read the directions, right? Just don't take things for granted that you can use things a certain way. Always read the directions. And once again, what we're talking about here is I only talk about the doTERRA brand because I know they can be trusted. They go through TGA, FDA. They're only one of a handful of essential oil companies that consistently pass all the external tests for purity. Okay, so you know you're safe. So the directions for use. The directions say for flavouring use, dilute 1 drop in food or liquid. Okay, so we know this is safe for internal use because it says it on the bottle. And it also says, oops, hit the wrong button. It also says 1 drop, not 15 or 20, right? More's not better. That's another thing that you've got to understand is more is not better. Okay, so how do you use this? Well, as I said, you can either put some carrier oil, a drop or 2, and rub it on the tummy to settle things down. You can take it internally with water or food. If you don't like the taste, it does actually come in soft gels. You can actually buy, you can see the DigestZen soft gels bottle there. So you can either take it that way or you can buy the gel caps. I usually buy the gel caps because then I'm very flexible in the blends I can make up inside those gel caps, okay? And it also comes in a chewable form, which is really great. It's something that I haven't tried yet, but some of these chewable tablets that you get over the counter for the occasional indigestion, you've got to watch the ingredients because sometimes they actually do contain things like aluminium, which isn't great intake, and also sometimes it's just really chalky. It's like you actually are just eating some chalk. So I've looked. So if you check out the, I think they're called. What are they called? The actual brand. It does say it here, but I just can't see it at the moment. It's a digestive. Huh, that's embarrassing. Anyway, I just can't see it. Anyway, the point is that there is like a digestive support tab, like a chewable tablet that you can get, and that's something I'm going to try soon as well, because I actually do have like a health challenge which involves my digestive system. So I am prescribed over-the-counter medication by the doctor to keep that, and that's why I try to keep things at bay with diet, so I don't have to use the over-the-counter solution, because we know that long-term use of that isn't great either. So this is something that I do plan to investigate is the chewable, because I do believe that's going to help support me, and I can hopefully even reduce the use of the other stuff even further. Right? I never ever tell people go off your medication, sort of stuff. Like if a doctor puts you on the medication, the doctor takes you off the medication, right? I tell the doctor that I take it only when required. I try to control my digestion via diet, and I only take it when things just and sometimes it's not even what you eat. Sometimes it's stress. Like if you get really stressed, it's no matter what you eat, you can still get these digestive problems. And so interesting. So I'm going to check that. I'm going to check that out. Yes. So Jody asks, how long does it last for you? Does it let you sleep? Yes, it does. I mean, once you've got it under control, it works reasonably quickly, and it does last. Sometimes you need multiple applications. And that's why I say, like, if the application is 1 or 2 drops, keep it at 1 or 2 drops. 1 or 2 drops regularly is far better for the system than bashing it with a really heavy 10 drop dose or something rather, right? You're much better off. As I said, I'll take 1 drop in liquid and just sip that slowly, and that I said that could even be sipped over a period of an hour, and I'll rub it onto my belly, and then if I don't get any sort of support or relief within 10-15 minutes, then I will apply some more topically. I'm not necessarily going to increase the oral dose, but I'm definitely going to increase the topical dose. Yes, and then once I get over that problem, once I get over that problem, then yes, it's settled and gone. But look, full disclosure, sometimes, especially when I'm under a lot of stress or I've eaten something really crazy and I try this first, if I don't get the relief I need, then sometimes I do still have to go to the medication. And the reason for that is that for me, personally, if I don't get on top of this quickly, the whole thing is progressive. It just escalates to a point where in a matter of days, I feel like I'm combusting internally. I'm just on fire and nothing. I just can't eat anything, and I'm just in really bad discomfort. And then I've got to go on to really high doses of the medication to bring it back, right? So once again, common sense and must always prevail, and that's the way that I like to mention. So I like to try the natural first, and I said 9 times out of 10, you see, I do use a lot of it. 9 times out of 10, between this and my diet, I'm in control of my digestive problems. But sometimes stress, wrong food, bit of alcohol, whatever, can upset things and flare things up, and I've got to go to the medication. Okay? So once again, great stuff, especially, I mean, we want to go for the natural stuff as much as possible. As I said, do watch the ingredients of those oral indigestion tablets, the chewables. I said a lot of them do contain aluminium, which is not great for you. That's been proven not to be great for your health. Same as with underarm deodorants and all that sort of stuff. Aluminium is not great to be coming in constant contact with. So I'm going to definitely check out those digestive. Actually, yeah, I feel a bit silly not being able to remember the name. But yeah, they're chewable tablets, and apparently they really help. And I mean, that's just going to help settle at a higher level. Okay, that's it for the day. If you've got any questions at all, please put them in the comments below. If you find this information interesting, useful, please give us some love. If there's any particular essential oil that you want me to talk about, please put it in the comments below. Anything pertaining to your health and wellness. Don't put any don't put any specific health issues like by name, by disease name, or problem name in the comments. We can't talk in specifics, but yeah, definitely anything that you want to know about, let me know. I can talk more specifically to you in person or via chat, so please reach out to me at m.me/Tim Cooper Health. I'd love to chat with you, and please don't forget to request your free samples. Okay. Now, if you live in Australia and you want to try some of this out, just go to samples.pureessentials.store and request your free samples. Rosemary. Okay, we'll do rosemary tomorrow. How's that? Okay, rosemary tomorrow it is, and I'll talk to you then.